Hey guys, welcome back to Sacred Forge Healing. Sorry about the late reading for this week that we're going through right now. Hope you guys are having a beautiful week so far. This past weekend I took a new course. I'm working on a new energy modality to bring forward. It's been some pretty powerful stuff so far. I'm still integrating the energy, so I'm just kind of taking some time for myself in the past few days. But I hope you guys are doing amazing. Now let's... yes. Also, if you are in the Charlotte or Rock Hill area, I'm going to be hosting something I call Practice Your Passions next Friday. It's going to be September 29th. So basically, the premise for this is going to be if you are working on, say, energy healing, reading cards, and like chakra balancing or anything of a spiritual nature that you really want to practice and work on and have other people to work on that you don't necessarily know, this is going to be a really great place to get to know people, to kind of start this community in this area. So if you're interested, I have more information on my website, sacredforgehealing.com. Also, if you would like to have a reading with me or healing with me, I do everything besides QHHT can be online. So again, I hope you guys are having an amazing week, and let's get into the cards. One, two, and three. Oh, okay. So we have our three cards today. We'll see kind of where this reading decides to take us. So the intention for this so far, just to explain a little bit of this process, since it kind of varies, but so today we're doing a 3-card spread. We have the heart, our strength, what's on our heart, and our challenge. So for our strength today, we have forgiveness and understanding. So when we have this card come up, we have a lot going on with Archangel Jeremiah. So Jeremiah is all about that forgiveness, that understanding, that getting to the heart, and really looking at yourself in forgiving eyes. So maybe this week, I know there has been a lot of shifts going on. I've been feeling a lot of energy changes, and my personal ideas of a lot of things have been shifting, and I know there's a lot of things happening right now. So something that I've never been drawn to in this card today is drawing me. So inside of the background, there's a bit of a halo. Okay, so there's a bit of a halo right there, but it has like the stained glass of a church. So maybe I'll say it the way that it's coming through, is that we are moving through a lot of those changes and those blockages that we've had maybe around religion, maybe around spirit, and allowing new things to come about. This is something that we've been working towards, and right now they're saying, yes, you're not completed. Doesn't feel like a completed thing, but you've already started those steps to really moving forward with that. What we call sometimes religious trauma. You know, you can be raised in whatever religion and taught all this stuff, but you know, spirituality is a personal journey. So for me, I don't believe in hell or any of that. I work with past life reincarnation. That's our past life regression, QHHT, quantum healing hypnosis technique. You know, so I've seen people go through lots of different past lives. And they're really, really interesting. They're really, really interesting. But, you know, I don't really have a lot of that anymore. I grew up Southern Baptist, and so I had to kind of go through some purging of a lot of old beliefs in that way, especially with like hell and with me being gay, you know. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but so what the angels or what spirit is trying to tell us right now is that this week is that opening. It's, yes, I have really started that journey and I've really started to work on it. I'm opening myself up to more possibilities, more beauty in that. I can look at them, I can look at people who are religious and be cool with whatever comes through from them. They're not whatever. We don't want people hurting each other, clearly. Um, but it's like allowing yourself and allowing others to have religious or spiritual differences. Not everything is for everybody. So, like for Reiki, there's so many energy healing modalities out there. It's what feels and resonates for you. Reiki is a beautiful modality. It works on so many different levels, and it's beautiful. It was what I was first introduced to when it came to energy healing. And then I have my own energy modalities that have come through since then, as well as I'm working with Seraphim Blueprint, which is what I just started working with this past weekend, and it's been cool. I've been enjoying it quite a lot, and I'm having another course with it this coming weekend. But there's so much movement and so much forward movement for all of us. So if this isn't something that's really happening for you, take a look and see, okay, what am I still holding on to? What am I still judging from that time, and how can I work with that? So the thing that's laying on our heart, we have take charge and action. So this week, you could probably say this about every week, but for this week, it's like you already have those things that you're wanting to do, and those changes that you're wanting to make, and they've been put in front of you. So in this way, we have another angel with an arrow this time. It's like the arrow is ready to be fired. Once you shoot an arrow, unless you have a cord on the back of it, it's not going to come back at you. So aim wisely. Make sure you're sending your energy and your intention towards the right thing. No, don't get caught up on indecision in this case. So whenever you're really looking at putting something forward and really moving forward with something, a really important practice is to listen into your body. If you are feeling anxious and uptight and you feel like a heaviness in your heart, you need to stop for a second and look at that. You need to feel into that. If this is how I'm feeling now before I've even done it, what is going to happen afterwards? And this isn't talking about, I feel like I need to put myself out there. I need to do all these things. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is just come back into yourself and say, okay, I am closing my eyes. I'm taking a deep breath. Spirit, what do I need to know in this moment? What is my next step? So spirit and angels and the whole realm of beauty that we get to work in, we get to live in, they won't give you let's see, how do I put this? They'll give you answers, but they're not going to tell you what to do. They'll lead you in the right direction, but we have this beautiful thing called free will. Sometimes it could feel not as beautiful, because we get led to where we need to be. But in the end, we do have free will. So if you are led to start a podcast per se, and you feel like you really have to, you still have to be able to sit down and do it. The spirits aren't going to just come out of the astral, be like, okay, I'm going to physically do this for you. No, we are here in this physical body, right? So we have to take charge. We have to take action sometimes, but make sure you're putting it in the right place. Okay? So, for our last card, your challenge for the week. Well, I might pull one more card, but from a different deck. Four cards from the other deck. Okay. Just had to check. So, you have your challenge. You have romance and connection. It's that coming together. It's community. It is allowing yourself to work with others in this way, and allowing your energy to be collective. That energy to come together and really work on creating something beautiful. It's in this card we're showing two different angels with hands together, and then there's the I don't remember what that spiral is called, but is it Fibonacci sequence? I can't remember, but it has that sacred geometry right there. It's like the puzzle pieces just fit. So your challenge so far for this week, it seems, is to really pay attention to your connections with people, and really paying attention to who helps light you up and who doesn't. Who is on this journey with you, who can help you move forward, who can be a bit of a mentor, who can you share this beautiful journey with. Um, yeah. And that felt more aligned in that way. Who am I sharing this beautiful journey with is a question you can ask with, or like with that statement. Um, who am I sharing my life with? How am I creating my life? Who am I connecting with? Am I being conscious about where my energy is flowing? Do I connect with people who drain me and make me feel bad about myself? Pay attention to that. And once you do, I think you have that chance to take action and to forgive yourself for putting yourself through it, but that doesn't mean you have to stay around those people. Okay. So let's pull our 4 cards, because apparently 4 is the number. 444 is an angel number. That's typically what I see when I have a lot of angels around. Really do enjoy the angel numbers. They came to me starting like 2020. I'm sure I saw them for a long time beforehand, but they've just been part of my life. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So we have 4 cards. So these are for the Power of Surrender cards by Judith Orloff. So we're gonna start with this one. I think part of this topic has already been broached. Again, when I'm pulling this one did pop over while I was shuffling. So I do take pop outs, but I'm not looking at the cards. I don't see what the card is until it gets to the table and flipped over. So, surrender your desire to control people. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some time to breathe. A bit of this one feels snake in the grass-esque. So again, make sure when we're looking at our connections with people and those bonds that we do have, pay attention to what you tell people. Not all information should be shared with all those people. Sometimes people will use it to manipulate you, to manipulate a situation. So taking time away and stepping back can be a really, really nice place to stop, breathe, and look at the situation to really see what's happening and what you're feeling from yourself. Again, I find that the body is very, very intelligent. It has a lot of information to tell you. So if you're feeling really, really like uptight when it comes to a message or when you're around people in that way, really paying attention to that helps you figure out, okay, where do I want to steer my ship? Where am I going? Okay? I know I'm kind of talking fast. I hope you guys are getting all that. If not, rewind. So our next 3 cards. So surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation: I have faith that all is well. I have faith that all is well. It's just a journey. And in my belief, and I know this is a shared belief with a lot of people, but we are these spirits having a human experience right now. Knowing that we are intrinsically connected to all that is. And that can be very, very difficult for our human brains to comprehend at times. But being reminded that all is well. I have faith that what is here is working out for my greatest good. If we get confronted with something that it's like, wow, why would I choose to go through that? See what you learn from it. We do come into this life with having kind of like a game plan of like what we'll work on, again, through my belief, again, shared with many people, but we kind of come here with this game plan of like what we're here to learn or to experience, what we're really focusing on as a soul to go through. And we have to have faith that, Spirit God, the angels, however your belief manifests, I have faith that all is well. I have faith that Spirit has my back. And so you have to remember that. I hope you remember that. Okay, we have 2 more cards. So surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down, which is actually something I got earlier. I pulled this card right before I started for myself. Ease and grace, which is all about slowing down and allowing yourself to have that time to breathe. Although I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute, So that's a funny statement too. To prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your body, mind, and spirit. Having that rest is really, really nice. Or going out into nature can be very, very restful for us. I told this to somebody, I don't remember, a few weeks ago. We were talking about nature and how, again, in my belief, that nature is probably the closest physical representation to God that we have. It helps us to ground and to get back into that loving space. So I know I've seen that meme out there. It was like going on an outside walk. It's like the bird going on a walk outside for my stinking mental health. But it can be such a really beautiful thing. I know when the pandemic happened, everybody was kind of going through a whole lot of stuff. And the one thing I do really remember is I used to try to go on walks a lot. I would be outside for 2 hours at a time just walking, and I would be far away from people. And, that was just such a beautiful experience to have gone through. So when you're having a really rough time, just breathe. But I think overall this week it has a lot of beautiful things to offer. So our last card is surrender to success. You're ready to experience abundance. I'll accept. Don't look at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. It's time to walk through the gates. It's time to walk through the portal. We've been in this one world for, a long time. It's time for a new paradigm, a new shift. But that shift starts with us. So, whether it be going through and looking at how far you've come, how far if you've had, I'm sure most people have gone through religious trauma in some way, or if you've just really been working on forgiving yourself or paying attention to your relationships, this is a really great week just to move forward. So, don't be scared. I think this is actually a really, really beautiful week. I've noticed a lot of changes already, just from the start of this week. I know I actually didn't say the date for this week, but this is intended for September, the 19th right now, 18th, so to the 25th, no, 24th, but dates don't really matter. When you find this message, it'll be the right time for you. So I really hope you guys have a beautiful week. Just remember that Spirit has our back. Remember the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. I have faith that everything works out for me, for my highest and best good. We live in such beautiful times, even though it can seem really chaotic. And I've noticed this in my own world and some world of my friends, their personal experience. But there's so much shifts going on. And right now, even though the world looks crazy, our inner world is shifting. So once the inner world has shifted, the outer world starts to shift too. So just be mindful of that. And I think this is a beautiful week. So I will bid you all adieu for now. And I hope you guys have an amazing week. Bye for now.